gorgeous view of East Lansing, but make no mistake, the scene inside Spartan Stadium can get ugly if you're the visitor. Before we head down to the field for the coin toss, we'd like to remind you this game is brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything. Michigan State is getting fired up down there as they get ready to boot this opening kickoff. He sends this one deep. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. The Buckeyes and their coaching staff, Kirk, just happy to have a guy like this in the program. Their offense really clicks when he's playing well.
Well, I think it gives them the diversity that they're looking for. I mean, at times they're going to run the football. Other times they're going to try to air it out. When you have one guy that gets so much attention on the outside, it just seems to open up other aspects of their offensive attack. And they've done a good job as an offensive staff of putting together a good plan. And I'm sure we're going to see it again today.
From their own 27-yard line, it's second down. They'll bring him down right around the 28-yard line.
That makes it 3rd and 7.
He steps up, pulls it in, and he's in the open field. Very good tackle in space.
You know, I think this play works right now, and I wouldn't be surprised at all, Brad, to see this offense maybe go back to this play a little bit later in the game for maybe another big play.
From the 45-yard line, first down. And down he goes at the 36-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 9 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Double tight, double tight. Four down, four down. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike
27. Right around the line. What a big game.
Great example, finding the guy's chance of making it.
From the line, first down.
Four down. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Here's an opening. Tackled after a decent pickup.
Gain of 5 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
And he makes it out to about the 14-yard line.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3. Ball on the 14-yard line. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Outstanding run and great execution by the entire offensive unit, especially the blocking up front.
And he converts the extra point. A nice 8-play, 74-yard drive. And it's good for 7 points.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play, running the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
So the score now, 7-0. So here comes the offense taking the field for the first time today.
Mike 35, Mike 35.
He's tackled at the 28-yard line.
That's a gain of 3 on the play. That'll make
Second down. Nice run, and he's brought down.
That's a gain of 5 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Hey, we got time right, time right. Four down. Mike 35, Mike 35. Green 95. Green 95.
He's scrambling. Tackle at about the 37-yard line. You can't design these kind of plays.
You really can't, Brad. That was just great instincts to know where the sticks were.
From their own 37-yard line. First down. And he's hit immediately.
He made a really good move at the line of scrimmage. Sometimes all you need to do is throw off the defender's timing just a little bit at the start of the play.
And he's taken down at the 40.
That brings up 2nd and 1.
Short yardage situation here. 2nd down and 1. Big opening. Gains his way to the 29-yard line.
They've obviously found a formula for moving the ball against this defense. Let's see if any adjustments are made before their backs are really against the wall.
He tackles him for a loss. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
So it's 2nd and 14. Ball on the 33-yard line.
35's the mic. Here we go.
And he's tackled at about the 31.
Broussard, the intended receiver on the play. That brings up...
We're at play number 9 of this current drive.
Right. Solo out there. Check the outs out there. Four down. Mike 35. Mike 35.
He goes out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
Gain of 12 yards. 4th down.
Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down.
35's the mic.
And he's hit before he can go anywhere. This is the 11th play of this drive.
Mike 35.
Handoff up the middle. Nice run up the middle. Broussard comes away with 5 yards on the carry.
That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's 2nd down, 5 to go. 8 yards out. Quick release. Oh, had it knocked down.
I'm not sure the quarterback saw him when he was getting ready to pass because he stuck his paw right in the passing lane.
13th play of the drive coming up.
Mike 35. Mike 35. Black and 5.
Quick throw, caught, touchdown. And that one worked just like they draw it up, Kirk.
Yeah, Brad, you're exactly right. Offensive line did a good job of protecting the quarterback. Good route by the receivers. Results, touchdown.
The extra point to tie this game up. And he hits the PAT. A 13-play, 75-yard drive. And they add 7 points to the scoreboard.
Brad, I thought the offense did a really nice job of mixing up the play calling on that drive. I thought the defense was on its heels most of the drive because of the versatility of the offense.
We're even at 7 in this one. Their last drive ended with a touchdown. Let's see what happens on this possession.
You can bet this defense made some adjustments on the sideline, though. I don't know if they can stop the passing attack, but they need to at least be able to slow it down.
Tackle made at the 45.
That's a gain of 20 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
From their own 45-yard line. First down.
Mike 27. Mike 27. Mike 27. Blue 90.
He's taken down around the 41-yard line.
That was a loss of 4 yards. That makes it 2nd
And they make the stop right around the 38-yard line.
Loss of 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 9.
3rd down now, and they need to get it inside the 45. His man, and they take him down immediately.
If something had been open downfield, they might have taken a shot, but all the defense gave them was the short yardage play.
Makes it 4th and 12.
Mosley will be the return man. And he's shoved out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
I was really impressed with their last series. They came out with a focus on the passing game, and the offense got the job done. We'll see if they have the same strategy here.
Catches it, and he's looking for more. They'll bring him down at about the 43-yard line.
That's good enough for another Michigan State.
1st down, 10 yards to go. Ball on their own 43. He gets out to about the 45-yard line.
Gain of 2 yards. That makes it 2nd and 8.
Lateral's back. They'll bring him down for a loss on the play.
Loss of 4 on the play. Brings up 3rd and
10. And they need it in. First 10. Ball on the 43. Makes it out to make our gain by the running back.
Good job by the junior line to limit the play to a short gain.
That makes it 3rd and 6.
And so it's another down upcoming. It's it up the middle.
That's a gain of 7 on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 1.
Michigan State is looking to go up by 3. It has the distance, and he splits the uprights. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. You never like to have to play from behind, but a deficit this manageable shouldn't be in the front of their minds. They just need to go out there and play. Strike to his receiver, no good.
Number 18 was the intended receiver on the play.
From their own 25-yard line. 2nd down. And now he's got room to run. Stroud gets around 3 on that option keeper.
Here, the receiver needs to do a better job of holding his block on a corner, or there's no place for the ball carrier to go.
Here they come. Wants to throw outside. And this one's going to get intercepted. And down he goes, right around the 40. And the quarterback just can't believe it. He really wishes he could have that one back.
Every quarterback has passes that he wishes he could have back. However, hey, a pick is a pick, and no one is going to care how bad he wants that one back.
From the 40-yard line, it's 1st down. Michigan State has a 3-point lead. He guns it. Oh, he had the pick and he dropped it.
Coleman was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
On the ground, and he won't get back to the line.
Behind the line. That is a loss of 1 yard. That makes it 3rd and 11.
3rd down now, and they need to get it down to the 30.
Mike 35, Mike 35.
the defense. For the kickoff. End zone.
Can this defense be any better? Tradition. Whether or not this team defense should go down and get some more
options. And they're going to need about to pick up the first down.
First down.
Man, left. Go down. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Black 80.
Makes it out to about the 43.
Call it a gain of 8 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
It's second down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks.
Roger. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
And they get nice yardage on that run.
Tackle. Call it a gain of 6 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Right, Roger. Go down. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Down.
Gains his way to the 43-yard line.
Tackle. That's a gain of 8 on the play. That brings up
It's second down now, and they're just a few feet away from that first down marker.
Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
Fires it out to the tight end, and he's got the first. He's tackled around the 31-yard line.
12 on the play. First down.
Go down. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
He gets rid of this one. That looked like the same play they just called.
Yeah, it was. The defense was ready for it this time.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 31.
Mike 27, check Mike 27.
Gain a yard line.
Call it a gain of
This is the 9th play drive.
loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
From the 21-yard line, it's second down. The halfback option good for 7 yards.
7 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Here's the 11th play of the drive.
Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
They come out in a 5-wide set. Throws complete, touchdown. The kicker on the field. He'll try to put his team up by a point. And he tacks on the extra point. It was an 11-play, 76-yard drive, and it results in a touchdown. The score now, 14-13. They line up to kick this one away. He'll return it from the 1. Across the 30. He's tackled at the 36.
Both teams are kind of struggling to take control of this game. Obviously, they're both very, very competitive with one another. It just seems that the lead is going back and forth between the two teams.
And while they are behind, they know they can knot things up in a heartbeat. It's way too early to change your game plan. Thorne goes with the play fake, and he throws it away. So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line.
Mike 35, Mike 35. Ready. Motion, Black 90. Motion.
He lets it fly, and it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Reed, the intended receiver on the play. That brings up 3rd and 10.
Roger. 35's the Mike. So we got man.
Tackle at the 48-yard line.
That's how we do, D. How we do that.
Makes the tackle. That'll move the chains for another Michigan State. First down.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 48-yard line.
Four down. Watch 97. 97, watch 97. Mike 35.
Nice run, and he's brought down. Broussard gains around 6 yards on the run.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They get about 7 yards on the pass and pick up a first down.
Nice protection, a good pass, and even a better catch. You can't ask for much more than that.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 35.
Here we go. Flag 68. Flag 68.
And he's taken down at the 36-yard line.
Down behind the line. Loss of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Tight right. 4 down. 35's the mic. Ready. 3-19.
Pass complete and taken down immediately. And this play is number 8 on the drive. Swings it out left to the halfback. And he's tackled at the 29-yard line.
Number 44 makes the tackle at the 29-yard line.
They're going to try a long field goal here. Michigan State can take the lead here with this field goal. The kick is up, and it's good. Looks like they're ready for the kick. He sends this one deep. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. And we see this offense again after what you, Kirk, called a very physical touchdown drive.
Well, I say that, Brad, because the big hog mollies up front were able to create holes for the running game, and it helped them get the score. Let's see if they can do it again.
Got the corner. Runs right for a nice gain.
Call it a gain of 5 yards. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's 2nd down, 5 to go. Ball on the 30.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Throws, and that one's going to hit the ground incomplete.
Number 2, the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 5.
Sets up a screen. Tailback's got it. Tackle made at the 34-yard line. The punt upcoming, and they're going to come after this one. Booming kick. And he makes it out to about the 31-yard line.
Returns for a gain of 10 yards.
So we're just about ready to return to action.
4 down.
Michigan State holds just a 2-point lead. He's knocked out of bounds right around the 36-yard line. An exciting first quarter comes to an end. 16-14, Spartans. Set to resume action here in the second quarter, and we've got a tight ball game.
Mike 35.
Tries to get around the corner. And he's shoved out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
From their own 44-yard line. First down. On play action. Throws it out, and it falls incomplete. He tried to hit his receiver in stride, but overthrew it a little too much.
That'll come in time. Just repetition, throwing that same pass over and over, and he'll be fine.
Mike 35. 59 Philly.
They'll bring him down at the 45.
That's a gain of 1 on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 9.
Third down now, and they need to get it inside the 46. taken down at about the 43-yard line. Just throws this one away. From the 43-yard line, it's second down. Michigan State with a 2-point advantage.
Ready! Block 90! Block 90! Motion, motion, motion!
Complete, brought down, nothing doing.
Vincent took the tackle at the 40-yard line. That'll bring up 30.
This is the 8th play of this drive.
Man left, man left. Pull down, pull down. 35's the mic. Let's go! Check, check! Fox 2, Fox 2! Motion, motion, motion!
Dumps it complete to the halfback over the middle. And they make the stop around the 30-yard line. From the 30-yard line, first down.
Mike 35, Mike 35! Let's go!
Caught and a big hit. He's stopped in his tracks. This is the 10th play of this drive.
Time right, time right! Pull down, pull down! 35's the mic.
Passes left, going the other way.
Burke makes the interception.
Good job to pick that ball off.
He did a great job at getting in that passing lane and coming away with the ball.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on their own 28.
Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27. Zone 4!
And down he goes, right around the 48-yard line.
Number 6 brings him down at the 48-yard line. First down.
From the 48-yard line, it's first down.
Mike 27, Mike 27. Check tight, check tight.
Tackled after a decent pickup.
Makes the tackle. That's a gain of 4 on the play. That makes it second and 6.
Tight right, tight right. Pull down, pull down. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27. Yeah, yo, wait.
Just throws this one away. Third down now, and they need to get it down to the 38. Quick pass, brought down at the 15.
Henderson on the tackle at the 15-yard line. First down.
Larry. Eat it up. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
Gets to about the 14-yard line.
Gain of 1 on the play. That brings up second and 9.
Second down and 9 to go. Ball on the 14.
I got him. Yo, move.
He goes out of bounds at about the 3-yard line. And they were lucky that one didn't go for more.
They look like they've never defended the option before. The tailback had a ton of running room there.
Here's the 8th play of the series.
Watch your slap, watch your slap.
He's gobbled up in the backfield.
That is a loss of 5 on the play. That brings up second and goal.
They're at the 8. Second down.
Pull down. Here we go. Watch 7. Watch 7.
gets rid of this one. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
And this is the 10th play of the drive. Fires quickly, and he's got his receiver for the touchdown. Nice catch by the receiver for the touchdown.
Anytime you're near the red zone, you got to keep an eye for this guy. They love going to him down here. Brad, the wide receiver was the key here. He did a really good job of working that route to the middle of the field for the post. But before he got to the post, he kind of looked off the defender to the outside and then moved back to the middle of the field. And the quarterback recognized the big hole in the defense and made the throw for the touchdown.
The play, the ruling on the field stands.
So after some discussion, the call on the field stands. And he converts the extra point. A 9-play, 73-yard drive, and they come away with a touchdown.
Brad, I thought the offense did a really nice job of mixing up the play calling on that drive. I thought the defense was on its heels most of the drive because of the versatility of the offense.
He's to the 20. And they push him out around the 25-yard line. The quarterback threw an interception on their last drive. Let's see if they can be more successful here.
So much in football is about how you respond to adversity. Moving forward after a turnover is a perfect example of that.
And he makes it out to about the 27-yard line.
A gain of 2 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 8.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Ball on the 27. He makes it to the 28-yard line.
Call it a gain of 1 yard. 3rd down.
Check, tight right. Pull it out there, check the outs out there. 4 down. Watch that.
Delayed handoff, and he's not going to get back to the line.
Loss of 2 on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 9.
Everybody up close. It looks like they're coming after this kick. Nice yardage on the run back. And as the defense comes back out, you can be sure they're thinking about that score they surrendered the last time around.
Well, it's one thing to have speed. It's another thing to have an idea of what you're doing and how to attack a defense. And right now, these wide receivers clearly have done an outstanding job in being able to make their reads and getting out of their breaks, and the quarterback put the ball right on the money.
It's 2nd down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks. He has some room. Tries to thread the needle, and it's not going to work. He's tackled at the 31.
I really like this corner's ability to read the play. He shows very good football smarts and pretty good hands, too.
From the 31-yard line. 1st down.
35's the mic. Set. Blue 19.
They'll get him for a loss.
You can't teach instinct. The ability to know where a play is going is something this safety has. That was a terrific effort.
Tight end right. 4 down. Mike 35.
Here's a give up the middle, tackled right away.
No gain.
Not over here.
That'll make it 3rd and 13.
3rd down, and they need to get it to the 21.
Tight end left. 4 down. 35's the mic. Ready. Breaks from 5. Check green. Watch the motion.
Gets it out quick, and it's going the other way.
It's a good play when the corner can break up a pass, but it's even better when he can bring it in for an interception.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 21-yard line.
Mike 27. And 2.
tackle at the 33.
Oh, this is a great job by this young man to get the ball out of his hands. He was facing an all-out blitz and didn't panic at all. It's a nice pass and a new set of downs to show for it.
They'll knock him down for a loss.
Down for a loss behind the line. A loss of 3 yards on the play. That brings up 2nd and 13.
From their own 30-yard line, it's 2nd down. Got a receiver, and he dropped it.
That would have been pretty remarkable if he'd managed to hold on to the ball after taking a shot like that.
Man left, man left.
3rd down.
Check right, 27, check right, 27.
Slings it out there incomplete.
Now, the quarterback has to be careful here not to leave his receiver so vulnerable like that. He took a licking right there.
That'll bring up 4th and 13.
They're stacking the line. It looks like they're coming after this punt. And he has it on the corner. Mosley fields at the 29. Oh, man, he took him down hard. Now, here comes the offense, and you've got to wonder if that last interception's weighing on the quarterback's mind at all.
One general rule in any game is to hold on to the ball. If you're in the negative in the turnover department, your chances of winning decrease exponentially.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
From their own 43-yard line, 2nd down.
35's the mic.
Knocked out of bounds, right around the 46-yard line.
That'll make it 3rd and 5.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
So an empty backfield with 5 wide receivers. And he is drilled at the 49.
Number 35 with the tackle at the 49-yard line. 4th down.
Trying to change the field position with his kick. He puts it away, and it's a great kick. So this one goes into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Nice run there. Williams picks up about 4 yards on the play.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
From their own 24-yard line, 2nd down.
Check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Gets out to around the 32.
That's how we do, D.
That's
That's how we
good
do.
for
They
a gain
don't
of
want
8
none.
yards.
They don't want none of this.
1st down.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Here we go, here we go.
And he's taken down at the 40.
Gain of 8 yards. That brings up 2nd and 1.
It's 2nd down now, and they're just a few feet away from that first down marker.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. No, that's it.
And he's tackled at the 41-yard line.
That'll bring up 3rd and inches.
Right. Go down. Check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
He's on the run. He's at midfield. He's pushed out of bounds at the 45-yard line.
Gain of 14 on the play. 1st down.
1st and 10. Ball on the 45.
Go down. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
He fights forward to about the 43.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Too easy.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
Check, tight right. Go out there, check the outs out there. Go down. Check Mike 27, check Mike 27. No, that's it.
They bring him down in the backfield.
That is a loss of 2 yards. That brings up 3rd and 10.
And this is the 8th play of the drive. quick. Tipped.
Well, you want to do everything you can to keep the ball out of the hands of these receivers, so that was a really good effort.
That'll make it 4th and 10.
He's going to aim this one to the sideline, try to kick it out of bounds. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. Got the corner. Gets out to around the 28.
Gain of 8 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 2.
So it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go.
Mike 35, Mike 35.
Tackle made at the 41.
Brings him down at the 41-yard line. That'll move the chains for another Michigan State. First down.
Halfback's got it on the quick throw. They'll bring him down at the 44. That play was going nowhere.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to the defense here, recognizing pass and swarming to the receiver.
From their own 44-yard line, it's 2nd down.
The defense was just all over that play. It didn't fool anybody.
3rd down.
Tight end left. 4 down. 35's the Mike.
Slings it. He's taken down right around midfield.
That's a gain of 10 on the play. That makes it 4th and inches.
He doesn't want a touchback here. He wants to knock this ball inside the 10. And this one is a beauty. Little too much leg into that punt. They'll bring it out to the 20. In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions.
Check right 27. Check right 27. Here we go. Green 15.
And they got to him before he could get back to the line.
When you're an option quarterback, you get used to getting popped pretty quickly. He'll bounce right back up.
Man left.
2nd down, 14 coming up here. Ball on the 16. Taken down as he works the left for a nice gain.
That's a gain of 4 on the play. That brings up 3rd and 10.
Tight right. 4 down. Hey, check right 27. Check right 27.
And they make the stop, the 37-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 17 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
First and 10. Ball on the 37.
Mike 27. Too little, Captain. Left line.
And they'll bring him down behind the line.
Makes the tackle. No gain on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Tight left. 4 down. Hey, check right 27. Check right 27.
And down he goes at about the 41.
Gain of 4 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
And so it's another 3rd down upcoming here.
4 down. Mike 27.
Fires to his receiver, first down.
Makes the catch. Gain of 11 yards. First down.
Reset, tight right. Hey, check right 27. Check right 27.
They'll drop him for a loss.
No gain. That makes it 2nd and 10.
This is the 8th play of this drive.
Man left. 4 down. Mike 27.
tackles him hard at the 46-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
They line up for another 3rd down, and they've had no problem converting their first 2. Under heavy pressure. Throws quickly, and it's almost intercepted.
Number 11 is the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 4th and 8.
It looks like they're going to go after this punt. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays.
Here we go.
Scrambling around. Brought down at the 21-yard line. Thorne only gets about a yard there on the quarterback scramble. 2nd and 9. Ball on the 21. He's going to go for the home run. Incomplete. Almost picked off.
Reed, the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 9.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up.
Let's go. Easy. Buffalo.
And they get the sack. Ohio State's going to use their first time out of the half here. 4th and long here after the sack. Fleming is back to receive. He really got a hold of that one. Fleming fields it at the 39. Brought down at the 50.
Returned for a gain of 11 yards.
In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. Completes it, but he can't shake the defense. They just took what the defense gave them on that play.
Yeah, you're right. That was a good job of getting that pass completed for positive yardage.
2nd down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Fires it out. And he's all the way in for the touchdown. For Stroud, he's already thrown for 3 scores.
Defense better make some adjustments, and they need to make them now because this passing attack is making a highlight film right now.
He makes the PAT. Ohio State lines up for the kickoff. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. Reed from the 1. Tackle at the 27.
Kickoff returns 27 yards.
So now both teams come trotting back out onto the field. Throws, and he's tackled right away.
He is such a reliable target. You throw it anywhere near him, and this guy's going to get his hands on it and make a catch.
There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. Passes to the wide out, and he can't pull it in.
Mosley is the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 50.
Watch 97. 97, watch 97.
35's the mic. Ready.
Watch the
Flash
motion.
5.
Motion.
Flag. 85. Hot.
Makes the catch and gets out of bounds.
A quarterback's best friend is a receiver he can count on to catch the ball every time he drops back to pass.
He guns it to the right. He goes up and gets it. What a play, and that'll set up a 1st and goal. Throws, intercept. No, he dropped it. Unbelievable. He had a pick in the end zone, and it just slipped right through his hands.
Wow, he is really kicking himself after that one.
They're at the 5. Second down. Quick strike to the receiver. Touchdown. So they go to the air, and they come away with 6, Kirk.
Man, Brad, I got to tell you, that's not an easy thing to do there. The defenses nowadays are so tough when you get inside the red zone.
And he converts the extra point. So that's a 6-play, 73-yard drive. And the result, 7 points.
You know, when you can throw the football as well as these guys can, you don't necessarily always have to have a balanced attack because you're so proficient in throwing the ball.
So our score, 28-23. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Kirk, the way these offenses are playing, it's like NCAA Football 14, EA Sports. It's all over the place.
Brad, this reminds me and you last night with the controllers in our hands and both of us putting up points, even though you did a nice job there for beginner.
Throws a strike over the middle. Tackle at the 40-yard line.
Number 27 brings him down at the 40-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10.
Easy. Kill.
Dumps it out left to the running back. He's tackled around the 40-yard line.
Easy. Kill.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
He lets it go. And it's caught at the 30. And he's taken down right around the 18-yard line. A great first half comes to a close. 28-23, Buckeye.
Hi, everybody. Glad to have you with us on the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Bruce Davis, David Pollack here in the studio as always to lend a little perspective to what just went down in the first 30 minutes. This first half not going to go on either defensive coordinator's resume reel for sure. They're not sending this out and saying, hire me, because they couldn't stop anything. We always talk about adjustments at halftime. What kind of adjustment can you really make? Is this more X and O, or is this more effort, attitude, and getting a little nasty?
Well, the first adjustment you make, Reese, is tearing the game plan up because that didn't work. I mean, we're gonna have to find some new defenses. You always come into the week and come into that game and you think you have a plan to stop a designed offense. It's not working. You got to do something a little bit different this second half. They planned all week. They didn't plan properly. They got to find some new ways to put pressure on the quarterback and make things happen on defense.
That's going to do it for David and me here in the studio. Time to get you back to the game. Brad and Kirk ready to take you home in the second half.
Great first half. Hopefully the second half's as good. Sends it sailing downfield. He's to the 20. Tackle made at the 24. There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual here. I don't think they need to feel any anxiety about trailing. Up the middle for a nice gain.
Gain of 4 yards. That makes it 2nd and 6.
From their own 28-yard line. Second down. And he's going to be sacked. It looks like the defensive end that got in there.
Yes, it was. He did a wonderful job of fighting off blocks to bring the quarterback down.
Man left. 4 down. Mike 35.
He makes it out maybe to the 26-yard line.
No gain on the play. 4th down.
Fleming is back awaiting the punt. He punts it away, and it's a great kick. And he's tackled at the 39-yard line.
When he made the decision to return the ball, I'm sure he thought there was going to be some room to run. But boy, did it vanish in a hurry. Still, he got something out of it.
So you wonder what kind of excitement we'll see this time around. Nice run, and he's brought down.
Tackle. That's a gain of 5 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
From their own 44-yard line. Second down.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Catches it, and he's immediately tackled behind the line.
Number 6 takes him down for a loss behind the line at the 33-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
Going long. Almost intercepted.
Number 18 was the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it 4th and 6.
Mosley awaiting the return. Oh, excellent punt. This one will go into the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 20. This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense. And he's tackled at the 19-yard line. The halfback loses about 1 on the option.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
From their own 19-yard line, it's second down.
Mike 35, Mike 35. Here we go. 59, field it.
Short pass, middle of the field, and they'll get him in the backfield.
Loss of 3 on the play. That brings up 3rd and 14.
It's 3rd down, 14 to go. Ball on their own 16.
35's the Mike.
Nice play across the middle. He's hit and taken down.
Gain of 8 on the play. 4th down.
Everybody up close. It looks like they're coming after this kick. It's away, and it's a booming punt. And down he goes at the 47.
Return for a gain of 14 yards.
The defense did a nice job shutting down the offense the last time they had the ball. Fires quick out to the receiver, and he can't make the grab.
Number 11, the intended receiver on the play.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 47.
Number 2 with the run. That's a gain of 2 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 7.
Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
Call it a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 4th and 1.
And it's the offense that takes the field on 4th down. He's taken down at the 33.
That's a gain of 11 on the play. 1st down.
Oh, you got deep? Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Yeah, green on.
Nice run to the outside. 6 yards there on the option keeper.
6 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down.
4 down. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
Williams again. Tackle made at the 19.
Makes the tackle. Gain of 8 yards. 1st down.
Tight left. 4 down.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Screen intercepted. Here he goes. And there isn't anyone who's going to catch this cornerback. The 10. He'll take it all the way for the touchdown. Great
job here by the defender breaking on the ball and taking it to the house. Man, those pick sixes can really hurt an offense and have a lasting impact.
So they'll go for 2 here and try to go up by a field goal.
Mike 35, Mike 35.
Michigan State with a 1-point lead. And they get the 2. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. He really got a hold of that kick. And they can forget about returning this one.
The Spartans' defense, I thought they looked lost in the first half, and it seems like they finally found their bearings here in the third quarter.
I think they were confused in the first half, and I think they've made the right adjustments. And right now, boy, they're playing with an attitude, and I think they're really attacking this offense much better than the way they looked earlier in this game.
So the offense will come back out onto the field, hoping for a little better result than that last pick 6.
You know, you wonder about the mindset and the psyche of this football team. After the turnover on the last possession, it's going to be interesting to see what they're really made out of here. This is an important possession for this offense.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. Quick throw out to the receiver. And down he goes at the 33-yard line.
Call it a gain of 2 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
That's a gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 37-yard line. That's a great tackle at the 49-yard line.
Call it a gain of 12 yards. 1st down.
4 down, 4 down. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
Looks for the tight end, but they can't hook up.
Stover was the intended receiver on the play.
2nd down, 10 to go. Ball on their own 49.
4 down, 4 down. 18, look for 18. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
And he's immediately tackled. So what do you think of this receiver after that play?
The quarterback made a nice throw, but it was the receiver who made this happen. That's a great way to make a statement.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 23.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Can't wrap him up. They'll bring him down around the 21-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
And this play is number 8 on the drive. Run right and hit in the backfield.
That's a loss of 2 yards. That brings up 3rd and 10.
And they'll look to convert here on another 3rd down. With the pass, incomplete.
That's just a shame. The receiver did his job. He was able to get a step on the defender, but the ball was underthrown.
Make it 4th and 10.
Ohio State can tie it up here with this kick. The kick is up, and it's good.
The goal attempt is good.
Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He just drills this one. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Now's when you start to approach each drive thinking that if you take the lead, then the momentum you gain feels that much more powerful. And they get nice yardage on that run.
Gain of 7 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Second down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down.
Mike 35, Mike 35. Ready!
Tackled after a decent pickup.
That's good for a gain of 4 yards. That makes it first and 10.
Pull down. 35 to Mike. Ready!
And they make the stop at the 45.
That's a gain of 9 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 1.
Short yardage situation here. Second down and 1.
Pull down. Mike 35, Mike 35. Ready! Blue 88, check, Navajo!
Brought down after a nice run up the middle.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. First down.
Double tight. Pull down. 35 to Mike. Here we go. 59 Philly. 59 Philly.
Fires in a hurry. Interception.
Number 15 makes the interception.
Nice interception and an even nicer vertical.
Oh, yeah, this guy's an athlete. There's no throwing it over this guy's head. He'll go up and get it.
First and 10. Ball on the 38. Brought down right around the 46-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 8 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Double tight. Pull down. Check three.
And they got to him before he could get back to the line. He had nowhere to go on that option play.
Boy, you're right. He's lucky he held onto the football there.
So it's third down now, and they're going to need about 4. Tackle right around the 30.
Makes the catch. Number 15 with the tackle at the 30-yard line. First down.
From the 30-yard line, it's first down.
You remember me. Let's go, baby. Hey, check Mike 27.
Throws it, and it's tipped away.
You never know what will happen when the ball ricochets like that. Good effort by the defender.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
He's gobbled up in the backfield.
Loss of 1 yard on the play. That makes it 3rd and 11.
They'll line it up again on third down. This one's going deep to the end zone. Picked off. It's the ball-hawking senior. He came up with a fantastic interception there.
Well, you know the quarterback is kicking himself for that one. He just made the wrong read.
Mike 35. Set. Blue 19. Hut. Blue 19.
They hand it off. Nice run there.
On the carry. Gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
Second down and 6. Ball on the 24-yard line.
Let's go. Red 68. Hot. Red.
They try to run up the middle, but met in the backfield.
That is a loss of 5 on the play. Third down.
Tight left. Four down. Mike 35. Ready. Red 18.
Caught, and he's hit immediately.
Number 35 brings him down at the 22-yard line. That makes it 4th and 8.
The punting team's got to give their kickers some time. They get this one off, and it's a beauty. And he makes it out to about the 47-yard line. And for Stroud, it's been one of those days he'd like to forget.
Well, this is where you really learn a lot about a quarterback. He's obviously made a lot of mistakes, but let's see how he responds to those mistakes moving forward. If he can just somehow settle down and play his game, he can still win this game.
And you wonder how much those mistakes are still in his head. And the offense will take the field, and they're certainly hoping to do better than they did on their last drive, which ended with a turnover.
And we'll see how aggressive this defense is when they come back out. I would be surprised if they kept up the pressure to try to fluster this quarterback some more.
Gets out to around the 45. Nice job by the running back, and that'll get him 7, maybe 8 yards. It's second down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks. And he just gets rid of it. Complete, brought down, nothing doing.
No gain on the play. That'll make it 4th and 2.
So it's 4th down, and the offense is still on the field. Oh, boy, almost intercepted. Unable to pick up the first down, and the ball will change hands. You don't want to squander any possessions, but maybe now's the right time to dip into your bag of tricks a little. Think about some gadget plays to catch the defense napping. Great pressure on the quarterback forced that incompletion.
Boy, they really pounded him on that throw.
From their own 45-yard line, it's second down.
Mike 35, Mike 35. Ready,
And he's hit before he can go anywhere. Throws a bullet over the middle.
That'll make it 35.
They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. Quick throw, incomplete, wanted his receiver. The defense got some pressure and forced a bad pass.
I think they've been a little bit more aggressive here with their pass rush, and that time it paid off with an incompletion.
Fleming is the deep man, awaiting the return. Booming kick. Little too much leg into that punt. They'll bring it out to the 20. A lot of times you'll see teams start to clinch up a little bit when games stay close well into the second half. You need to stay loose, keep doing what you've been doing all week in practice, and execute when it's time. Gets out to about the 21.
Gain of 1 yard. That brings up 2nd and 9.
From their own 21-yard line, second down. Now he pitches it. Nice run, and he's brought down.
Call it a gain of 4 yards. 3rd down.
Tight right, tight right. 4 down, 4 down. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
And he's taken down around the 35-yard line.
That's a gain of 10 on the play. That makes it
From their
1st
own
and 10.
35-yard line. First down.
Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
Quick out to his receiver. He's tackled at the 47-yard line.
That's a gain of 12 on the play. First down.
Tight right, tight right. 4 down, 4 down. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
And he's tackled at about the 23-yard line. He's been very impressive, throwing for 400 yards.
Anytime you pass for 400 yards in a game, you're making good reads and delivering the ball where it's got to be. He's having a solid game out there.
Now it's 1st and 10 after the big pass play.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Here we go, D. All day, D.
Nice run up the middle. A gain of about 4 yards on the draw.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Check, tight right. All right. Go up there, check the outside there.
Let's see if they can put that last interception behind them and do something different this time in the red zone. And he's tackled after positive yardage.
Gain of 6 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
Here's the 8th play of the series.
Tight left. Go down. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
Catches it, and he's looking for more. And he tackles him hard at the 5-yard line.
Gain of 8 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on 2nd down.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Hey, low cat. Motion.
Just throws this one away.
Great job by the defense at getting after that quarterback. And right now, I think they've got him with some happy feet. He appears to be a bit rattled.
10th play of the drive. And he's level at the 3.
Gain of 2 yards.
It's 4th down. They'll line up for the field goal, and this is nothing more than a chip shot. Ohio State could take the lead with this field goal. Kicks away, and it splits the uprights.
And you got to think they're pretty happy with holding him to a field goal right there.
They line up to kick this one away. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. There's still plenty of time to keep running their offense as usual here. I don't think they need to feel any anxiety about trailing. Oh, and he had some steam on that throw. He's taken down at the 30.
That brings up 2nd and 5.
From their own 30-yard line. 2nd down. Handoff up the middle, and he's stuffed.
That was a loss of 1 yard. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Right, Roger. 4 down. Mike 35, Mike 35. Here we go. Check. Thunder.
Slings it. Tackled for a loss. So the offense fails to pick up a 1st down.
And now they should come away with pretty good field position. So consider that a big stop.
They're stacking the line. It looks like they're coming after this punt. And he's hammered down. And for Williams, he's had a lot of success running the ball today.
Yeah, he sure is, Brad. And the thing that really impresses me is his ability to make the first guy miss. Anytime you can make that guy miss, it allows you to turn a routine play into a big play. This guy has such powerful legs, as we've seen all day today. An arm tackle's not going to bring him down. You've got to get in front of him and wrap him up to have any chance of slowing him down.
And all of his stats have been one of the contributing factors in this lead. Both sides have made their way back out, and we're just about set to get going again. Ohio State is up by 3. Over the middle to his tailback. Tackle made at the 47.
Brantley makes the tackle at the 47-yard line.
From the 47-yard line. 1st down.
Hey, check
Big opening. And he carries the ball for a nice gain. A great game so far, and it looks like it'll be decided in the fourth. 34-31, Ohio State. Back in this very pivotal fourth quarter. He makes his way to about the 32.
That's good for a gain of 10 yards. First down.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 32. Throws complete. He's got room to work. And down he goes at about the 27-yard line.
5 yards. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Two yards there on the option keeper.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first down here on 3rd down. Ohio State is up a field goal. They'll bring him down at about the 19-yard line.
Well, it was 3rd down, so they obviously had to get to the sticks, and they did just that with this little pass play.
1st and 10.
He gets rid of this one.
Even though they didn't sack him, the pressure was still enough to force a bad pass. If you can get in there and disrupt the pocket, then the quarterback is going to have a tougher time getting the ball to his playmakers.
This is the 8th play of this drive. Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
That's a gain of 4 on the play. 3rd down.
And so it's another 3rd down upcoming here. Throws, intercept. No, he dropped it.
Number 18, the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it 4th and 6.
The kick is up, and it's good. Looks like they're ready for the kick. Sends it sailing downfield. He's to the 20. He's tackled at the 28-yard line. There's a flag down, and it looks like this one's coming back.
Personal foul. Clipping. Receiving team.
That one's going to put him way back.
You just can't block a player from behind like that, or it's going to cost you.
Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game. Throws complete, and he's stopped immediately. So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. And they make the stop right around the 18-yard line.
That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Two times.
And he is drilled at the 24-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 24. Incomplete, and that wasn't the greatest pass in the world.
Well, I don't know how anybody can throw a great pass while getting drilled like that.
4 down. 35's the mic. Let's go!
Knocked out of bounds, right around the 42-yard line.
1st
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 42.
Mike 35, Mike 35.
Got an opening. Runs it left for a decent gain.
That's a gain of 7 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Cut and left, cut and left. 4 down, 4 down. 35's the Mike. Ready. Flag 68. Flag 68.
Brought down right around the 46-yard line. And this play is number 8 on the drive.
Mike 35, Mike 35.
Fakes to the back. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. He's at the 20. Tackle right around the 20. And that one's going to drive the defensive coordinator absolutely crazy.
This kid is so dangerous. Brad, you're exactly right. The defense has to be sitting there asking themselves, how are we going to stop this guy?
And this is the 9th play of the current drive.
4 down, 4 down.
Check 9, check 9.
35's the Mike. Set. Green 45. Green 45. Cut hot, cut hot.
Taken down in the backfield.
The defense was able to get really good penetration and drop him short of the line of scrimmage.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 coming up now. Ball on the 21-yard line.
Tight. Double tight. 4 down, 4 down.
Broussard comes away with 2 yards on the carry.
Gain of 2 on the play. That brings up 3rd and 10.
It's the 11th play of the drive.
4 down, 4 down. 35's the Mike. Set.
He's brought down in the open field.
Gain of 6 yards. That brings up 4th and 2.
Looks like they've decided to go for it here.
Roger, Roger. Mike 35, Mike 35.
Throws it. That close to being intercepted. They don't pick up the first down, and the ball will change hands. You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way. Ohio State up 6. Catches it, and he's punished.
Did you see how he looked that ball into his hands? That's how you catch a football.
2nd down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Don't say nothing. No, it's it.
And he makes it out to about the 21-yard line.
That's a gain of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Double tight, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Hey, number 8's coming. Number 8's Mike, Mike.
And he makes it out to about the 24-yard line.
Gain of 3 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Man left, man left.
1st and 10. Ball on the 24-yard line.
Mike 27, Mike 27.
Tackled after a decent pickup.
Tackle. Call it a gain of 6 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Double tight, double tight. 4 down, 4 down. Hey, check Mike 27, check Mike 27.
He gets out to about the 32-yard line.
Call it a gain of 2 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 1.
It's 3rd down, and this offense is about 3 feet away from that first down marker.
Well, that's the second time that this defense has given up a first down on third down. You work so hard as a defense to get an offense to third down. When you get them there, you've got to be able to have somebody step up and make a big play, whether it's a defensive tackle slipping through a block, a linebacker shooting a gap, a defender in the secondary that's able to make a play on a football. Somebody's got to make a play, and that's what the difference between winning a football game and losing is how you play on third down.
And this is the 8th play of the drive. Ohio State is up by 6. Gains his way to the 49-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 9.
This has been a very steady drive so far. It's 1st and 10, and we're right around midfield.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Check.
Gains his way to the 39-yard line.
Gain of 12 on the play. That makes it
Here's
1st
play
and
number
10.
10 on the drive.
Reset. Cut right.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27. Coming.
This is smart, efficient play calling. You don't need to make the highlight reel on each play.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6. Ball on the 35-yard line.
Check Mike 27. Let's go tackle. Let's go. We got this.
That's a great tackle at the 33-yard line. Williams comes away with about 2 yards on a little draw play.
Boy, this senior safety provides such solid run support. He stopped him in his tracks that time.
We're at the 12th play of the drive. In the shotgun and 5 wideouts. Throws it deep. Picked off. And he hits him hard at the 2. That interception breathes new life into this team.
I'm not quite sure I would have made that pass. It obviously wasn't open. This quarterback's got to be more conservative with the ball when they have the lead late in the game like this.
It's 1st down. They've got their backs against the wall.
35's the mic. Down.
And he's taken down at the 13. They just did what they had to do there.
That was a big opportunity lost there for the defense, but they still have these guys pinned back pretty deep, so they can't back down now.
Thorne goes with a play fake. He's tackled at the 41. From their own 41-yard line. 1st down. And he's tackled at the 40.
Good job by the defense to overpower the offensive line and drop the back for a loss.
Here's a handoff, left side. Makes it out to maybe the 40-yard line. Maybe a yard on the run by the tailback.
No gain on the play.
3rd down now, and they need to get it inside the 49.
4 down. Mike 35. Mike 35. Red 85. Red 85.
He's pushed out of bounds at about the 47-yard line.
That makes it 4th and 4.
4 down. 35's the mic.
Wants to go long and does. Makes the grab and he's knocked out of bounds. Big play right there.
Here's a great example of what this man is capable of. As receivers go, he's as electric as they come.
Here's the 8th play of the series.
4 down. Mike 35. Mike 35.
And he throws it away.
Brad, I just think this quarterback's got to do a much better job of being able to read that defense and make quicker decisions. And especially when the defense starts to get pressure, you've got to either get rid of that football or check it down or take off and run with it.
And he just gets rid of it.
Good job here by the defense. If you let this quarterback set and throw, he'll kill you all game. But they got excellent pressure on that play.
10th play of the drive.
We got to get the stop here, D.
And they hit him in the backfield.
No gain. 4th down.
4th down. This isn't much more than an extra point. Kicks up, and he got it. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He just drills this one. He's to the 10. He's to the 20. Brought down at the 25-yard line. What a day this receiver's putting together, Kirk.
You know, Brad, he's just one of those go-to guys. And when he catches fire, there's just not a lot of defense can do to slow him down.
Anytime you can catch 12 passes in a game, something's going right. And one reason his team is in the lead is because of his efforts. Here's a step in the maturation of a young quarterback. How does he respond to throwing an interception on that last drive?
Anytime you give the ball away, it's a disappointment. So these guys want to show that they can hang on to it.
He's taken down at the 35-yard line.
Gain of 10 in the play. That'll make it 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd down, and they're about the length of the football from the first down marker. Ohio State has a 3-point lead. He gets rid of this one. He tackles him for a loss. Mosley, the return man. He gets it away, and this is a really nice punt. And he makes it out to about the 37-yard line.
Returns for a gain of 11 yards.
Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game.
Mike 35, Mike 35. Red 18. Red 18.
And he's tackled right away. And for Reed, that's another catch, and that puts him at 100 yards for the game.
You got to love this quarterback-receiver combo. Talking to these guys before the game, they told me they spend about an hour after every practice perfecting the routes. It sure shows.
And he's stopped behind the line.
That is a loss of 4 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
So it's 3rd down now, and they're going to need about 4.
4 down, 4 down. Mike 35, Mike 35. Ready. Black 55. Motion, motion. Black 55.
He's knocked out of bounds at the 44.
That's good for a gain of 1 yard. That makes it 4th and 4.
Fleming is back deep to return the punt. He punts it away, and it's a great kick. So this one goes into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way. Ohio State is up by 3. Completes it, but he can't shake the defense.
Call it a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on 2nd down.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Black 80. No, that's it.
They'll bring him down at the 36-yard line.
Call it a gain of 9 yards. First down.
Man left, man left.
From their own 36-yard line. First down. Throws complete. He's hammered. Michigan State's going to take their first time out of the half. From their own 40-yard line. It's second down. And down he goes around the 47-yard line. The Spartans are going to call their second time out. He gets out to about the 45-yard line. Michigan State will take their last time out. Less than 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. He might have a chance. Tackle made at the 36.
Gain of 9 yards. That makes it first and 10.
First and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line. Runs it and tackled in the backfield.
That's a loss of 1 yard. That'll bring up second and 11.
This is the 8th play of this drive. They have to watch the play clock here. They didn't snap the ball in time.
Delay of game, offense.
That penalty will move them back a bit.
Yeah, with so many young guys out there, it's bound to happen occasionally.
He'll go down to one knee. This is the 9th play of this drive. Really great game to watch. Both teams should be proud of their efforts in this one. Ohio State 37, Michigan State 34. That brings this broadcast to a close. For EA Sports and Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Brad Nessler. We'll see you soon for another edition of NCAA Football 14.